Welcome to our journey through time, exploring how the Nile River shaped ancient Egypt's civilization, culture, and survival. For millennia, this seemingly endless ribbon of water flowing through the desert has been the lifeblood of this land. From the time of the pharaohs to the modern era, the Nile has dictated the rhythm of life in Egypt, influencing everything from agriculture and religion to politics and daily routines. Join me as we unravel the intricate tapestry of life woven around the Nile, a river that nurtured one of the world's most enduring civilizations. We will witness how a land seemingly inhospitable blossomed into a cradle of civilization, all thanks to the life-giving waters of the Nile. The Nile was more than just a water source for the Egyptians, it was the very foundation upon which their civilization was built. Each year, like clockwork, the river would swell, overflowing its banks and depositing a rich layer of fertile silt across the land. This annual inundation, predictable and anticipated, transformed the arid landscape into a fertile oasis. From this rich soil sprung forth an abundance of life. Wheat and barley, staples of the Egyptian diet, flourished in the fertile floodplains. Flax, used to weave fine linen, and papyrus, from which they made their writing material, also thrived along the Nile's banks. The river was their lifeline, literally breathing life into the land and sustaining a growing population. As the Greek historian Herodotus so aptly put it, Egypt was indeed the gift of the Nile, and the river's bounty didn't stop there. The Nile was also Egypt's highway, a bustling artery of trade, communication, and transportation. Boats laden with goods traversed its length, carrying gold from Nubia, grain from the delta, and the massive limestone blocks used to construct their magnificent pyramids. The Nile, in essence, connected the people, resources, and ideas that formed the bedrock of this remarkable civilization. The Nile's influence permeated every aspect of Egyptian life, even shaping their spiritual beliefs. The annual flood, a source of both awe and gratitude, was personified in the form of Hapi, the god of the Nile. Depicted as a benevolent, corpulent figure, Hapi embodied fertility and abundance, his very presence a reminder of the river's life-giving power. But the Nile's religious significance ran even deeper. It was intrinsically linked to Osiris, the god of the underworld and rebirth. Osiris's death and resurrection mirrored the Nile's own cycle of flooding and receding, symbolizing the cyclical nature of life, death, and renewal. This connection wove the Nile into the very fabric of Egyptian cosmology. Some myths went even further, suggesting that life itself originated from the primordial waters of Nun, a vast chaotic ocean that predated creation. From this watery abyss, the world emerged, with the Nile serving as a tangible link to this primordial beginning. The river, in their eyes, was not just a source of sustenance, but the wellspring of existence itself. The Nile's shaping of a nation. The Nile's generosity translated into more than just sustenance. It was the engine that drove Egypt's economic and political might. The annual floods ensured agricultural surpluses, generating wealth that funded the pharaoh's ambitious building projects. Monumental temples and pyramids, enduring testaments to their power, rose from the desert sands, all made possible by the Nile's bounty. The river's ebb and flow also dictated the rhythm of governance. Officials meticulously measured the Nile's levels, using nilometers to predict the success of the coming harvest. These predictions, in turn, determined the level of taxation, a system that ensured stability and funded the pharaoh's ambitious endeavors. The Nile, in essence, was the backbone of the Egyptian state. Moreover, the Nile played a crucial role in unifying Upper and Lower Egypt. The river, flowing northwards from the heart of Africa, served as a natural highway, connecting the two lands and facilitating trade and communication. Around 3100 BCE, King Menes harnessed the Nile's unifying power, merging the two kingdoms under his rule and establishing the first Egyptian dynasty. This unification, facilitated by the Nile, marked the birth of a powerful and enduring civilization. Daily life on the Nile. Beyond its grand influence on civilization, the Nile was an intimate presence in the daily lives of the ancient Egyptians. It provided sustenance beyond crops, teeming with fish that formed a staple part of their diet. The Nile perch, a prized catch, was a source of food and sport. The river's bounty extended beyond fish. Egyptians hunted hippos, fearing their power but utilizing their hides and meat. Even the feared Nile crocodile, while a source of danger, was revered as Sobek, the god of strength and fertility. The river's resources extended beyond food. Papyrus reeds, growing abundantly along the banks, were transformed into a multitude of essential items. From sturdy boats that plied the river's length to lightweight sandals protecting feet from the hot sand, papyrus was ubiquitous. It was even used to create a form of paper, allowing Egyptians to record their history, beliefs, and daily lives. The Nile's rhythm dictated the very calendar by which Egyptians lived. They recognized three distinct seasons: Akhet, the season of inundation when the Nile flooded its banks; Pere, the growing season when the land, nourished by the floodwaters, burst into life; and Shemu, the harvest season, a time of plenty when the fruits of their labor were gathered. Life in ancient Egypt was inextricably intertwined with the Nile's ebb and flow. A river through time. The Nile's influence on Egypt did not diminish with the passing of the pharaohs. Later empires, Persians, Greeks, Romans, all recognized the strategic importance of this waterway, relying on its resources to maintain their grip on this coveted land. However, their control often came at the expense of traditional Egyptian practices, disrupting the delicate balance between the river and its people. In the modern era, the Nile's fate took another dramatic turn with the construction of the Aswan High Dam. This monumental project, completed in 1970, provided much-needed flood control, protecting Egyptians from the devastating effects of drought and excess. However, it also disrupted the Nile's natural flood cycle, reducing the deposition of fertile silt and impacting agricultural practices that had endured for millennia. Despite these changes, the Nile remains a potent symbol of rebirth and resilience. Its image continues to inspire artists, writers, and musicians, its timeless flow woven into the fabric of Egyptian identity. The Nile, forever intertwined with the soul of Egypt, continues to shape the nation's present and future, a testament to the enduring power of a river that has witnessed the rise and fall of empires. The Nile was not just a river, it was the heartbeat of Egypt, shaping its religion, economy, and daily existence. Without it, the pyramids, pharaohs, and hieroglyphs might never have existed. Even today, it remains a vital force, though its role has evolved with modern technology. As we have journeyed through time along its banks, we've witnessed the profound impact of this river, its influence woven into the very fabric of Egyptian civilization. From the ancient Egyptians who worshipped it as a god to the modern Egyptians who rely on it for survival, the Nile continues to inspire awe and wonder. It is a timeless reminder of the power of nature to shape human destiny, and a testament to the enduring spirit of a people who thrived on its banks for millennia. Let us remember the Nile, not just as a geographical feature, but as a symbol of life, resilience, and the enduring connection between humanity and the natural world.